I want to dive right into it. Last night, Sunday night, I think it was like after 7 o'clock, giving a new meaning to the word, Sunday night dump. I don't know. We have the Friday, the Friday dumps now. Now we have a Sunday, but Governor Hochul endorsed Zohran Mamdani for mayor in a New York Times op-ed. And I just would love to get you guys' thoughts on her op-ed. I found it to be word salad. I think the New York Post said mealy mouth. That's another good word for it. But John, what did you think of Kathy Hochul's op-ed about why she's endorsing Zohran Mamdani?
Well, the first thing that struck out to me was how many times in the op-ed she felt the need to say, "I don't agree with everything. I don't really like even a lot of the program." And then you could tell this is like a hostage situation. She was sort of forced to do this. I think maybe Working Families or DSA or I don't know who read her the Riot Act. I mean, it's interesting how she's like the first big state politician to cave. Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer still holding out, but for how much longer? I think part of it too is she's trying to protect herself. She'll have a primary. When is she up now? Next, she'll have a primary
next June.
Next year. I mean, she's looking at the DSA for her own primary, and she's this is a form of appeasement. I think. Okay, maybe if I back him and we're friends, that they won't come after me. But of course, appeasement never works, and Zohran is going to 100, if not, well, I don't know if he'll openly support a challenge, but of course, his political backers in the DSA will try to get rid of Hochul. They'll try to get rid of Schumer and Hakeem as well because these aren't Democrats. They're very avowedly committed to destroying the Democratic Party, just as they are the Republican Party. One of Zohran's top people, I wrote this story, I think publicly endorsed a post saying that she was an evil monster. And
yes.
like they have nothing but contempt and loathing for her. And I fear that this endorsement will only add to that.
Yeah. Yiatin, what are your thoughts on it?
I think John hit the nail on the head. Hochul is scared. She's spineless. She's been stalling this endorsement. And then, of course, her op-ed in New York Times, I don't support this. I don't support that. It was just a ridiculous read of an endorsement. And, she doesn't feel like she has a choice. I think that's where she's backed up against the wall. And in 24 hours, the Working Families Party tweeted out, a demand of hers already that we saw about, raising taxes on the rich. So, with the left, you cannot apologize and you cannot give in. And once you do, they will continue to push. So I don't think she got that memo. So she's on the hook.
I just also want to play, if we can play, Hochul's response today at a press conference when asked why she endorsed Zohran Mamdani. So if we could just play that clip while Michael comes back before we segue onto a different topic.
Happy to. Yesterday, I endorsed Zohran Mamdani. I've made it very clear that we have differences, but I also believe that he brings a sense of optimism and the can-do spirit, a positivity that I believe our city needs at this time. And we all know that there's a lot of work that occurs at the federal, at the state government level once the budget starts and our priorities are unfolded. And I want to continue focusing on affordability, public safety, and making sure he will know that this is a great state, it's a great city, and to work with whoever the next mayor will be, and I do believe it'll be Zohran Mamdani. I do not agree with many of his views, but running a state government or a city government is very different. It's about making sure that the garbage gets picked up, the streets are safe, you deal with homelessness, you deal with subway safety, which I'm focused on intensely. So, I disagree with many statements, and I've said that. But also, I believe that we need someone who's going to be open-minded and optimistic and have an attitude, a can-do attitude that I share about knowing that the city's best days still do lie ahead. So thanks, everybody.
Oh, okay. So, what do you think, John?
Well, I mean, they need her to raise the taxes. Zohran cannot just tax the rich. Without her, it's all got to come through Albany. But this poor woman, I mean, she goes up there and she's like, oh, I disagree with this and this and this and this and this, but I'm still endorsing him because he has a can-do attitude. I mean, it is mealy-mouthed. I mean, it's weakness. It's appeasement. And I think she feels trapped, like she has no choice. She knows that Cuomo is not going to win. It's like a worm-eaten shoe. And Mayor Adams is a non-entity, and Curtis has his cats. And it's Mamdani's going to be the mayor, and she's going to have to work with him. So she can either have a bad relationship or a less bad relationship. But I fully expect her to fold and to pass whatever tax increases are demanded of her, even though she's done a pretty good job holding the line on tax increases so far in her tenure, actually.
That's true. Yiatin, what are your thoughts on Kathy Hochul's explanation of her endorsement?
It's been less than 24 hours. She feels so uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable watching her respond to that. How is she going to live out the next, year? And, after the endorsement, I'm sure a lot of groups, and I see it on, within my groups, there's organized pushback on it. So she throws it out there. She's been getting heavy pushback. That's why she's been stalling for as long as she has. And now all that is unfolding, and you can see it. She is very uncomfortable having to talk about him. And I'm just thinking, assuming Elise Stefanik is moving forward with challenging her, and who knows who others will jump in, they're going to have a field day. I mean, this is stuck to her now. And we're already seeing everyone, pushing it, and she's not comfortable in her own skin. So I'm not a Hochul fan, so I get a little gleeful watching this type of moments.